What's up everyone? In this video I have a really exciting unboxing from Chi. So this should just be the XMan Bell V2. Cool. So yeah, huge thanks to Leo from Chi for sending this over. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, this should be the final version. It is in its packaging, so I'm assuming this is not a prototype, this is actually the real deal. So let's jump straight into this then. The package got a bit messed up from shipping, I guess, but the cube should be fine, and here it is. For those who don't know, this puzzle should have a new mechanism where you can adjust the magnet strength, which is why I think this was included. So this is just a plastic tensioning tool. Interesting, it's all plastic. Huh, okay. Also, as usual, just like the V1, we got some extra magnets in there. Under this thing, but yeah. Here are the extra magnets. I think you can put these in the tips to adjust the magnet strengths as well for the tips. These aren't as big as before. The old XMan Bell V1 magnets were pretty big. These are a bit smaller. So it looks like they're going with a weaker magnet strength, I'm guessing, approach for this pyraminx, which is nice to see. Some cards here, I guess. You can see the tip design, a bit of the magnet design here, which is interesting as well. And also how to tension both of them, or how to change the magnet strength. That's for the inner layers. This should be for the tips. So that's nice that they included all this stuff so you understand how to mess around with that. But now let's get into the puzzle. First thing I'm noticing is that there's some gaps between the tips and the edges, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Of course, we got the classic logo here. The texture actually feels a bit weird. It doesn't quite feel like a standard texture. It feels a bit slippery, but only a little bit. So here's the Bell V1. Size comparison should be about the same. Maybe a bit bigger. Or maybe that's the pointed corners. Yeah, so maybe it's a bit bigger, but the size is pretty similar. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we'll do first turns. Ooh. You can already hear that, it's a really smooth puzzle. There's some spring noise, hopefully that goes away eventually, but the turning stuff is quite smooth and quiet actually, wow. Here's the Bell V1, quite loud. It might be the magnets, but the turning itself is quite like crispy smooth, kind of, a louder smooth. This one's just quiet, like even out of the box with no break-in. It's just silent. That's great to hear. For the magnet strength, I'm not sure what strength it is at right now, but it's not as strong as the V1 out of the box. This is quite strong. It is not that weak though, but it's at a moderate magnet strength, which at this point I am liking. I'll play around with different tensions or the magnet strengths, but the turning so far seems really good. Now I know the prototype version had some problems with stripping. Hopefully this puzzle doesn't, because this puzzle is so far turning quite promisingly. Wow. Now let's try the tips. Ooh. So these tips have to be broken in, I guess, but as of right now they're actually pretty uneven. This one is actually really bad, but this one turns pretty well. So I'm not sure why that is, but this one turns really slowly, this one turns pretty fast. Huh. Hopefully after breaking that issue fixes, but the tips themselves are not horrible. The magnet strengths are decent. Like, they're not as strong as before, which is good, but they're not also super weak. They're about the same strength as my tips, I think. And I think I have one magnet out for each tip for my Bell V1. So yeah, they're about the same strength as that, which is nice. Let's check out a bit of corner cutting. So reverse first, I guess. Okay, it's not horrible. The hole is actually pretty big, which is going to be helpful. Wow, that's actually quite good. It goes all the way like here. Here's the Bell V1. This one takes a bit more effort when it gets to this point. But here, I feel like it's a bit better. Like, it's taking a bit less effort. Regular corner cutting is usually worse actually on pyraminxes. Here's the V1. Yeah, definitely the Bell V1 has a bit more effort in the corner cutting. The Bell V2 seems to be a bit better with that. You get that really nice feeling when you're turning it, and hopefully with setup this can be even better, which is going to be amazing. Also for the weight, this thing is definitely a bit lighter. The Bell one was a bit heavy, which I didn't like too much, but this one is quite a lighter puzzle. So yeah, I think this puzzle being lighter is definitely great, and also the turning is also super light and fast, which is also great. I guess I'll do a quick saw before I end this unboxing, but so far first impressions of this puzzle is it's super great. Yeah, wow. It's very nice. I think the tips still need to have some work done to them, but like for the real turns, like they go so well. They're so smooth, so fast, and so quiet. It's like unbelievable. So yeah, definitely have to play around with this. I know you have to turn the screw kind of thing a little bit to make the magnet strength weaker or stronger. So I have to mess around with that a bit more, as well as the tips, which I think you have to add or take away magnets to make it stronger or weaker. But yeah, overall, this pyraminx is super good. Main worthy for sure. This thing is really quiet, it's light, it's smooth, it's everything that you want in a good pyraminx. And I know the GAN pyraminx is coming out soon, but this one, for now at least, is probably the best pyraminx on the market if you break it in. So as of right now, this thing is I think $17 on pre-order at the Cubicle. So for this price, it's a bit of an upgrade from the V1 in terms of price, but the puzzle quality is also definitely an upgrade. It's very quiet, smooth. I keep saying that, but that's all the Cube reminds me of. It's really insane how smooth and quiet this thing is. I feel like the Bell V1, it had some stronger magnets and it was a bit overstable. This one is going to be a bit less stable, a tiny bit, but that also allows for faster turning, which I am looking forward to. So yeah, I'm super excited to have this puzzle a bit early. Thanks to Chi for letting me test this, and I'm looking forward to setting this up more and seeing the results I get from it. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next one.